Man, listen to me. Stevie J was in the car with us when Big got brother. In the car behind us. I sold a chain that weekend to Stevie J that he didn't even pay me for the cross on it or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He gave me half the money. He took that same chain that I sold him, brother, and gave it to Faith the night that Big died, talking about he was giving it to Lil Chris. He didn't even own the chain at the time.
Diddy's been the party guy forever.
Yeah, no, facts.
Forever. Now, the music industry, not just Diddy, but the rich and famous, they love coming over to, this is their playground, is the music industry. Because the women singing are the highest trophies. The men rapping are the highest trophies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's other good-looking women out there, but they're not her who's selling, who the world is going crazy over. Rich people like to see, rich people don't really like women, you know, like this beautiful woman, like, but to them, they want somebody that the world yearns for. So they want stars. So the music industry now has been exposed because those rich, you don't think, forget about the artist who's on tapes. What about the politicians and the politicians' nieces and nephews and sons and brothers? Because everybody wants to go to a party.
Well, and let's remember, you're gonna have at least one witness and probably a parade of witnesses of black females who are gonna claim that they were victimized by Diddy. And so in order to give sort of a human face to that, maybe suggest that's not the case, that it makes a lot of sense. I mean, the jury is finding cues in every piece of evidence, but also who's representing him. And if they just have a bunch of white folks sort of defending him, all those black female alleged victims maybe they're gonna look like they're being targeted by his high-priced legal team.
That's cool, that's cute. But at the end of the day in Puerto Rico, I f***ed your bitch. Now let that blow your mind. You heard me? Now let's start there. I f***ed your bitch. You dig? Let's start there. I got even without even knowing I got even. Let that blow your mind.
No.
Oh, good. Okay. What are you up to next? Where are you going tonight?
Partying everywhere. Who knows? They're making me go.
Lotus.
It's what you do. You party.
Got the fire. We got the fire. We got the fire. We got the fire.
Woo! Go get that Love album. I'm all over that motherfucker.
I'm just like, I have this right here.
Oh, wait, it's right there. Hold on.
We're talking about Stevie J. Yeah, the Grammy-winning producer, reality TV star, and longtime buddy of Diddy, now caught in the center of a storm. Why? Because Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, is spewing beans like never before. And according to him, Stevie J may have been engaged in some pretty dubious behaviors during Diddy's famed parties. Let's start with some background. For years, rumors have surrounded Sean Diddy, combs like a black cloud, secret parties, weird behavior, litigation, and now it's all beginning to come out. Over 100 lawsuits have smacked Diddy. Some are about money, but others? Way more unsettling. We're discussing trafficking, racketeering, and more. But the true story twist? Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, is throwing bombs in interviews. This guy witnessed everything. And now he's naming people. One of the names? Stevie J.
Right now, we are live at the Sleazy J's event, pop-up event in Atlanta with the man himself, Mr. Stevie J. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yes. So you look amazing tonight, first of all.
I appreciate it.
You're all blinged out. You got the brooch, the ring. So how excited are you? I know this is a thing you've been working on. How excited are you to have this event tonight?
Well, it feels great to, finally have a dream come true, to open up pop-up parties for people to come and dance and have fun. And, a lot of times people forget where I came from as far as musically, how many records I've sold, over 100 million records, and how many Grammys I have, and how many instruments I play. So tonight I wanted to show them.
I gotta ask you,
okay.
Of course, the trial's coming up with Diddy.
Free the guy. Free the guy.
I know you said you think he's cleared of all charges. How do you think it's gonna play out?
I mean, I didn't say that he's going to be cleared of all charges. I said let the court, dictate what it's going to be. But
can't even say he's gonna be cleared of all charges. Not even Stevie J can say that, honey.
I just feel it's a lot of it's just a lot of attached to it. You notice those 200 cases from that lawyer from what's the guy, Busby or whatever?
Stevie J don't play with me like that, bruh. Believe that. I don't want no apology or nothing. Just don't play with Chopper City. That's it. It's all gravy though. Don't play with Chopper City. Because Chopper City ain't come at you no way. So don't come at Chopper City no way.
And, a lot of people working with Puff during that time, like the Making the Band guys, the whole cheesecake situation.
Yeah.
We at Daddy's house, which is Diddy's studio. And basically, Beyonce was talking about cheesecake. And Diddy came with the bright idea and said, you know what? I'll get them to do it. Straight business. And I didn't know, I didn't know that the walk was 4 hours there. I didn't know that. So when he said that, I was like, okay, I'm young. You dig? I'm not from no New York, you hear me?
Right. You think it's a few blocks away.
Yeah, I'm from New Orleans, bruh. You dig? I'm not thinking it like that. Babs and Dallon and Ness and all them, they like, what the? Right? So they mind boggled. I'm just like, let's just go. They wasn't feeling that shit. So low key, we kind of hated Beyonce that day. And I ended up saying it later, but we hated Beyonce that day because we actually walked 4 hours there and 4 hours back. And it was the worst feeling in the world. I had bunions and all types of shit. I told, bro, that shit's cold, bro. That was down bad. Diddy was down bad for right then and there. I knew right then and there when he did that to us, when he done us that, I already had it in my head like this.
That was a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I would have just gotten a cab. Dudes ain't have no cab fare. If they would have came to me, I would have been like, yo, take the cab. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know how long that walk is.
Man, I don't, but they got their steps in.
That walk is retarded.
I got this app on my phone that do the steps.
Oh, they got their steps in that day.
They got their steps in that day. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel that Puff ever went over the line when it came to working with artists and producers?
I never saw anything that was out of line.
Gene Deal has been making appearances on The Art of Dialogue and other platforms, telling the public what he witnessed while working with Diddy. And some of the things he said, man, they're shocking. He spoke about the insane freak-off parties Diddy used to throw, where nothing was off limits. Gene alleges these gatherings weren't simply business fun, they were full-blown freak displays. And guess who was smack in the center of it? Stevie J. According to Gene, Stevie wasn't simply a party guest, he was part of the setup, helping organize, amuse, and maybe even cover things up. Gene didn't state it explicitly, but he offered more than enough indications.
Okay, guys, the question you need to ask yourself is, when is Stevie J gonna start snitching? Because we all know that in the Lil Rod lawsuit, that was Stevie J in that video that was in that compromised situation with the white gentleman. You dig, on the video. So Stevie J was more like a play toy, like a we all know he's been broke since Love and Hip Hop. He didn't have any money, and he just happened to be living at one of Diddy's residence when it got busted. So see, that was another one of Diddy's play toy. Like in the world, they called that and they called that a bull. Stevie J is what you call a bull. He's the one that was doing the pitching while a lot of people was catching, including Puff Daddy, while it got filmed. This is the way that Stevie J was paying his rent. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Stevie J is going to be a suspect or a witness. I'm willing to bet he's definitely going to be a witness. Have a good day.
And he indulging with Diddy like that, and now he's invited to the Diddy parties. In that whole thing, if you read it, he said that Diddy said he was having a relationship with Stevie J. So all I can say is this, man. If two men lay down, how many homos get up? Two. In my book. That's all you can say, man. You don't know. Unless you catch them in an act like that. You understand what I'm saying? But if he said, Puff said that he laid down with Stevie J, and two men lay down, two homos get up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a quote, man. And if I'm not mistaken, Stevie J, he was with you the night Big got killed, right?
Yeah, Stevie J was there. Stevie J was there. And as soon as Big died, he was supposed to get on a plane with us, with them, and go to New York. He rushed to Faith Hotel. Rushed just to the hotel. He was wearing my cross and my chain, right? I said, Stevie, I'm not selling you my cross. My cross got blessed. He said, let me wear it. I said, yo, okay, bro. He gave me $1,500 for the chain and then never paid me for the cross. Ended up giving Faith the cross and the chain to give to little Chris Wallace.
And I felt disrespected. You heard me? I felt like I never, you heard me, done Stevie J nothing for him to speak on us in that way. Like we was just some, you heard me? Like some peons. You heard me? One thing about sitting, I don't know about everybody else, but I don't play that shit. You heard me? So I'm gonna say this here. It was all